Hey, it's Adrian from Grow Savvy Marketing. Today I'm running through how roofers and roofing companies can use Google Ads to generate more high quality leads and customers for their business. Maybe you've used Meta ads and found that the quality hasn't been great, or you're using a pay-per-lead platform like Angie in the US or High Pages in Australia. And the problem with these sort of platforms is you're paying for the leads and there's a bunch of other roofers that are also competing for the same customer. In this video today, we're going to have a look at some frequently asked questions that roofers have when it comes to using Google Ads to generate paying customers for their business. And in part 2 of the video, we're going to go through the 5 parts of Google Ads, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set them up so that you have a Google Ads campaign that does generate high quality customers and high value jobs for your roofing company. The first frequently asked question that roofers ask about Google Ads is, can Google Ads really replace Angie, High Pages, HomeAdvisor, all those sort of pay-per-lead platforms? And the short answer is yes. So with lead platforms, you're getting multiple roofers competing for the same lead. They're buying the same lead and they're all contacting the same customer. The pros of using a platform like this, it's fast to set up and get going. You don't need any knowledge or skills to do it, but the cons are you're getting the price-focused conversations, not value usually. The lead quality varies a lot. And like I said, you're getting lots of people contact the same customer. With Google Ads, the homeowner searches on Google and clicks your ad and then contacts you. And usually they're not contacting 5 other people. So you're going to get higher quality leads and less competition. And the big plus with Google Ads is you can control the targeting, the messaging, and the budget. So you can bid on the types of keywords that are bringing in the type of job that you want. So maybe you want just roof replacements and not maintenance work. So you can do that with Google Ads. But the con is a big learning curve to set up Google Ads. Question number 2 about Google Ads for roofers is, are Google Ads actually better quality? They usually are. On lead platforms like Meta, for example, these people generally aren't searching for roof replacements. They haven't typed it straight into Google, so the intent is different there. But when it comes to Google Ads, they're actually typing in a roofing company. They're looking for that service. On lead platforms like Angie, High Pages, HomeAdvisor, people are often just filling out the forms to see prices. It's very competitive and you don't get that as much on Google Ads. And also on Google Ads, we can set the targeting, the time of day, the age range, and exactly what they're searching for so we can get the kind of leads that we're looking for. Question number 3 from roofers about Google Ads is, will I only get small jobs? The answer is no if you've set up Google Ads properly. You can target larger type of jobs like roof replacements rather than roof repairs or roof maintenance with Google Ads, and it's all in how you've set it up. If your keyword is just roofing company, for example, then Google is going to assume that you want every sort of roofing inquiry. But we could set Google Ads up in a way using negative keywords to filter out some of those maintenance type keywords that we may not want or may not want to target. Question number 4 for Google Ads for roofers is, are Google Ads actually profitable when it comes to a roofing business or a roofing company? The answer again is yes, it can be profitable if it's set up properly. Now, the cost per clicks can be high and the cost per lead can be over $100 for a roofing company. But when you're getting a $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 job from that, you don't really need many leads if you're able to convert them into paying customers to make Google Ads work for you. So one closed job can easily pay for Google Ads for weeks or for months. So the goal really isn't more calls, it's better calls, and that all comes in the way that you set up your Google Ads. We've run through the most frequently asked questions when it comes to Google Ads for roofers and if it's going to be profitable for a roofing company. To make it profitable, we need to set up our Google Ads account in the right way, and I'm going to run through the most important parts of Google Ads and show you how to set it up so you can make it profitable for your roofing company. We're going to go through the targeting, the keywords, ad copy, landing pages, and conversion tracking. And I'll show you exactly how to do that on the Google Ads platform. First thing you need to do for your roofing company when you set up Google Ads is to set up the targeting properly, and this will ensure that you're going to get the right kind of leads from your geographic area, and they're going to be high quality leads. So we'll come over to our campaign, we'll hit the settings here, we'll go to locations, enter another location, select radius, enter in the radius of the area that you cover and your town, city, suburb, and that'll give us a radius of where our ads are going to show. They're only going to show in these areas. If you cover the whole of the city, you might want to have a bigger radius. So that's the first part of the targeting. The next thing we're going to do with our targeting is add a time of day schedule, so your ads only show up at a certain time of day. So to do that, we come over to audiences here, we come down to ad schedule, we select our campaign, and then we choose the times we want our ads to show. Generally, you want your ads to be showing from sometime in the morning, catch a few people before they go to work, and also in the evening, so later in the evening, but not too late, because we're going to get higher quality leads if we can do this. Unless you run an emergency service like emergency roof repairs, you don't want your ads running in the middle of the night. Now let's talk keywords for roofers using Google Ads. When it comes to Google Ads, the keywords that you choose for your roofing company are the most important thing, or one of the most important things that you can set up, and they're going to control the type of inquiries you get or the types of searches that your ads show up for. Let's look at how you can add keywords to your account and which keywords are going to be best for roofing companies. The first thing you need to do is come over to your ad group over here. You can select your ad group. Come down to keywords. If it's not already selected, hit the plus, and then we're going to add some keywords. Where most roofers go wrong is they bid on keywords like this: roofer, roofing services, roof repair near me. The problem with these is they're not very specific. If you're just going to put in roofer, you're going to get everything from roofer jobs, roofer tools, a whole bunch of searches that you're paying for people to click on your ad, and these people have no intent of actually buying roofing related services. Instead, what I recommend you do is that you use higher intent keywords to start with, and this will ensure that your searches are narrow. So, for example, urgent roof repair or replacement, Sydney. So having your suburb or your town in is really going to narrow those searches down and make them specific. And metal roof installation, we're being very specific about the type of roof that we're repairing. So you're going to get a lot higher quality leads, more qualified leads, if you can put these types of keywords in. And the other thing I would do to start with, I would make them exact match. So I'd put these square brackets around your keywords, and that's going to make them exact match. And your ads are really only going to show up for phrases that are very similar to this. If you leave them like this without the brackets, that's a broad match, and that can show up pretty much anything. All bets are off when it comes to using broad match, and you're going to run through your budget pretty quick if you do that. My next tip when it comes to setting up Google Ads for roofers is to add negative keywords. And the types of negative keywords you want to add come into different categories. So they may be for services that you don't do. So let's say you don't do maintenance, then we're going to come over here and put maintenance in there. Or you don't do storm damage or leaks. So we're going to add all the keywords, I should say, that of things that we don't actually do. The other thing that is always good to do is to put things like certification, tools, training, how to, and this is going to stop people that are clearly not looking to hire a roofing company. When it comes to running Google Ads, your ad copy is vitally important for roofing campaigns and for roofers. And this can really make the difference between getting high quality leads and low quality leads. A mistake that a lot of people make is that they might have something like local roofing company, free quotes, call now. And that's a pretty generic ad. An advanced tip is that you can use your Google Ads copy to filter people. So let's say you don't do repairs. You can be having ad copy like full roof replacements only, and that's going to stop people actually clicking on your ad if they're looking for a repair. The next thing you want to do in your ads is to match the headlines to what someone has typed in. Let's say they're looking for metal roof replacement, and then you're going to make sure you can put something like metal roof specialists in your ad. And when someone sees that, that's going to encourage them to click on your ad. Next tip is to add your location. So you could say Sydney Roofers, and having a location, again, that's going to increase the click-through rate or the amount of people that click on your ad. And the final tip would be to use the display path to add some relevant keywords. So you could be putting tiles or shingles, and you could put your location in there. And doing all these things are going to increase the amount of people that click on your ads and increase the results that you get. Tip number 5 when it comes to running Google Ads for roofers is to make sure you have a landing page that converts. Now, I've got up here an example of a page for a plumber, but we can convert this and use the same theory as we would for a roofing company. So what you want to do is make sure that you have your phone number at the top where it's easily seen and it's also clickable, so someone on a mobile device can click on your phone number and call you. Next thing, we've got some proof up the top and some proof over here, just showing that we're legitimate. For our headline, we want to have some text that relates to the result that the person is getting, and ideally we want to match it to what they've typed into Google. In this case, for a plumber, we're talking about blocked drains, but for a roofing company, we might say metal roof replacement specialists or something like that, or shingle roof or tile roof, and tie that to the result they're going to get. And we might also put in our location as well, so that when the person has clicked on your ad, they know they're in the right place. We're going to put a few points here about some of your unique selling propositions, and we also want to have a contact form so people can easily contact you. Further down the page, we can have some of our value proposition down here, and then below the fold, which is below this line here, we can add a little bit more detail about our service and what we do, why we're different, and how we can help our customer. And if you put some of those basics in place, that's going to really increase the number of leads that you get. Don't send them to your homepage. That's the worst mistake you can make. And the final thing roofers can do to improve their Google Ads is to make sure you're tracking conversions properly. Now, you need to track 2 different things. You need to track the form submissions, or the people contacting you from your website by filling out an inquiry form. That's number 1. And number 2 is you need to track your phone leads. So your phone calls are going to happen in 2 different places. First of all, it can be a phone number in the ad itself. So we need to be tracking that. And the second place is the phone number actually on your website. So we need to track when someone calls you directly from your website. And the way you can do that is you can set them up in Google Ads. For this account, I've set up a submit lead form here, and I've also set up a phone call lead. I'm not going to run through exactly how to set these up right now because they're quite in depth and it would require a full video on how to do that, but there are plenty of YouTube tutorials that will show you how to do that. I may record one in the future too. But just know that to run a successful roofing campaign, you need to be tracking your form fills or the contact form on your website and also your phone number. And if you can do those 2 things, you're going to have a lot more visibility as to what's working and what's not working for your Google Ads account. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this useful. If you can implement those 5 things that I've talked about, I've no doubt that your Google Ads will be more effective than paid lead campaigns, and it'll also be very effective against Meta as well, and that you should be getting high quality leads for your roofing company. If you need further help, you can book a call with me and I can help you fix broken campaigns or set up new campaigns, or you can download my 150-page Google Ads guide for service business owners, where I run through all the settings on exactly how to set up your Google Ads account. The links are in the description below. Cheers.